In the dusty heart of Texas, where the sun scorches the earth like a branding iron and debts linger longer than shadows at dusk, a lone cowboy rode into town on a stallion as black as midnight oil. But this ain't your average tale of frontier justice, it's a whirlwind of forbidden passion, hidden fortunes, and a twist that'll leave you gasping for air. If you're hooked already, and trust me, you will be by the end, smash that subscribe button right now for more heart-pounding stories that'll keep you up all night. USA and UK readers, your next obsession starts here. The wind howled through the parched valleys of Willow Creek Ranch as Emily Harper stood on the weathered porch, her hands trembling as she clutched the fated deed to her family's land. It was 1892, and the drought had turned their once fertile acres into a barren wasteland, mirroring the emptiness in her father's eyes after years of failed crops and mounting debts. Old Man Harper, a proud but broken soul, had borrowed from the wrong man, Harlan Blackwood, the richest cowboy in 3 counties, owner of vast cattle empires and whispers of ruthless dealings that stretched from the Rio Grande to the Canadian border. Emily, at 22, with hair like spun gold and eyes the color of storm clouds, had taken on the burden of the ranch since her mother's passing 5 years prior. She mended fences by day, balanced ledgers by night, and prayed for rain that never came. But prayers wouldn't settle the $5,000 debt her father owed, a sum that could buy half the town. As the sun dipped low, painting the sky in fiery oranges, a cloud of dust announced his arrival. Harlan Blackwood dismounted with the grace of a panther, his broad shoulders straining against a tailored black coat, silver spurs glinting like stars, and a Stetson shadowing eyes that pierced like daggers. "Evenin', Miss Harper," he drawled, his voice a low rumble that sent shivers down her spine despite the heat. "I've come to collect." Her father emerged from the barn, hat in hand, face etched with defeat. "Harlan, please, one more season. The rains'll come." But Harlan's gaze fixed on Emily, not the old man. "Debts don't wait on weather, Jed. But perhaps there's another way." Emily's heart pounded as Harlan stepped closer, his presence overwhelming, a mix of leather, sweat, and something dangerously intoxicating. "Come with me," he said, extending a calloused hand, not in threat, but in an offer that twisted her world upside down. She recoiled at first, thinking it a cruel jest, but his eyes held no mockery, only a hunger that mirrored her own buried longings. Harlan wasn't just collecting a debt, he was claiming a bride, or so it seemed. Whispers in town painted him as a widower haunted by loss, his first wife taken by fever a decade ago, leaving him with riches but no heir. Emily's mind raced. Marry him, save the ranch, or watch her father rot in debtor's prison. With a defiant lift of her chin, she placed her hand in his, feeling the spark ignite like dry tinder. Little did she know, this was no simple transaction. Harlan harbored secrets deeper than the oil wells dotting his lands. As they rode off into the twilight, Emily astride his horse with him, the ranch fading behind, she felt a thrill of fear and excitement. Harlan's ranch, Blackwood Manor, sprawled like a kingdom, with herds numbering in the thousands and a mansion that rivaled eastern estates. Servants bowed as they arrived, and Harlan led her to a lavish room overlooking endless pastures. "This is yours now," he murmured, his breath warm on her neck. "But understand, Emily, I'm not the villain folks say. Your father's debt, it's forgiven, but I need you, for more than you know." That night, under a canopy of stars, Harlan revealed a sliver of truth. His empire was built on a hidden gold mine discovered years ago, but rivals, led by the treacherous Slade brothers, were closing in, forging claims and hiring gunslingers to steal it. He needed a wife to legitimize his holdings under old territorial laws, but more, he saw in Emily a fire that matched his own. Their first kiss was electric, born of necessity but fueled by desire, as Harlan's strong arms pulled her close, his lips claiming hers with a passion that erased doubts. Days blurred into weeks. Emily learned to ride with him, her skirts traded for practical breeches, her hands callousing alongside his as they patrolled the borders. But twists lurked in the shadows. One stormy evening, a letter arrived from her father. "Daughter, beware. Harlan's first wife didn't die of fever, she vanished after discovering his secrets." Emily confronted him, heart-shattering. "Is it true? Did you kill her?" Harlan's face darkened. "No, Emily. She left me, for Slade. Betrayed me with my own brother-in-law." The revelation hit like a stampede. Harlan had a hidden sibling, Victor Slade, disowned years ago for gambling away family fortunes, now leading the rivals to reclaim what he saw as his. Emily's world spun. Was Harlan's affection genuine, or a ploy to use her as bait? As tensions mounted, gunfights erupted on the outskirts, bullets whizzing past as Emily proved her mettle, firing a rifle with deadly accuracy to save Harlan from an ambush. In the chaos, she uncovered a map in Harlan's study, leading to the gold mine, but it bore her father's signature. Ha knew about this, she demanded. Harlan confessed. The debt was no accident. Her father had partnered with him long ago, but greed soured it, leading to the fallout. The true twist: Emily's mother hadn't died naturally, she'd been poisoned by Victor in a bid to silence her knowledge of the mine. Rage fueled Emily's resolve. Together, they rode to confront the Slades at the mine's entrance, a cavernous maw in the hills. In a blaze of gunfire and betrayal, Victor revealed his final card. He held Emily's father hostage. Surrender the mine, brother, or the old man dies. Harlan hesitated, but Emily didn't. Disguised as a miner, she'd infiltrated earlier, freeing her father and turning the tables. Victor fell in the skirmish, his empire crumbling. But the deepest twist came at dawn. Harlan, wounded but alive, knelt before Emily. I came for a debt, but I found my heart. Marry me, not for land or gold, but for us. Tears streamed as she accepted, realizing her father's debt was a ruse orchestrated by Harlan to draw her close, suspecting Victor's involvement in her mother's death all along. He'd protected her family from afar, loving her in silence. As they wed under the Texas sky, the ranch flourished with newfound wealth, but their bond was the true treasure. Yet, in quiet moments, Emily wondered if more shadows lingered. Harlan's past held one last secret: a child from his first marriage, hidden for safety, now ready to return. But that's a tale for another day. As the cowboy and his bride rode into the sunset, hands entwined, debts paid in love's currency.